Sony bingo. I have you know I love my. Do you? When was the last time you bought a game, some dude? When was the last time you bought a single player game? I want to hear it. Let's go with this, yeah. Stretchy board. Stretchy board. Flex lower scheming. I don't know. I'll let you guys know if I need help with this one. Do. Well, we all know what free space is, right, guys? Right? I don't need to. We don't need to. Oh, we're going like widescreen for this one. We all know what this one's gonna be, right? I don't need to ask anyone about this one. The last one was Dead as Disco. Did you download the early access, or did you get the, or is it just the demo though? Wolf of the Rhine. Free space controller price increase? Hey, I don't know about that. They already raised the price of PSN. Wait, how much does a fucking dual edge cost right now? And destroyed all my high scores, I'll bet. Heard Xbox. Apparently, Xbox fans say survey. Well, no. Here's the thing. I've said this before, and it's kind of it's the talking point that doesn't get. I don't think gets brought up enough. Sony can afford to do exclusives on PS5 because there's 93 million PS5s that have been sold. Xbox can't afford exclusives because they've only sold like 20 to 30 million Xbox Series S and X's. They cannot afford it. Xbox cannot afford to do exclusives on their system. And no one is going to go buy a $650 Series X or whatever for an Xbox exclusive. They're not. So, I mean, let's just do the Scott Steiner math on it. Like, Sony can do exclusives because they have a massive install base. Nintendo can do exclusives because Nintendo has a brand loyalty that Xbox wishes it had. They're counting refurbished and VR2 in the mix. I mean, VR2 probably sold like 10 fucking copies. Let's be real here. Like, Sony loves to fudge numbers, yes, but VR2 didn't sell dick. Maybe Strife, unless that's part of Sony's marketing deal. You guys forget that the exclusivity of Final Fantasy VII was something Sony paid for. So if Sony's paying for it again, 7.3 has a shot here. I don't think it'll be called Reunion. They already called Reunion for Crisis Core. How much do they pay? I'm guessing a lot. Probably a lot. How likely is it really? Well, these contracts might have been drawn up years ago. You guys are forgetting that years ago it was supposed to be exclusive to them on all of them. Onimusha. Onimusha's a good call. Yep, I like Onimusha. That is a good one. That's a nice, safe... I'm gonna say nice, safe fucking bet. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is a nice, safe bet for Onimusha. Well, Strife, as someone who has a little more inside baseball knowledge on it than most, I would say, yeah, they absolutely could have drawn up a contract 10 years ago. But, like you also said, that also can be renegotiated. But exclusivity is exclusivity, man. And as we all know, RPGs are exceptionally front-loaded with their sales. The first 2 months are the most important months of any RPG's life, generally speaking. So if Sony was like, oh, 3-month exclusive, they'll take it. And Rebirth isn't showing up on any other console until next month, which is years after the fact. Anyways, I'm gonna put this up here before I forget, because it went into my head that this is a thing, and I'm like, yes, this will absolutely be something that would show up on a Sony event, excite no one. Sorry, Chris. and definitely like be a thing. They gave Sony a ton of free Oh, Strife, it was not free. Strife, let me stop you right now. Square Enix did not give Sony a ton of free. That was not free exclusivity. Holy Jesus God, dude. Let me stop you right there. Like, I don't want to be rude, but it was not free exclusivity. No, trust me, that exclusivity window was paid for. That's true. What is the name of that fucking... What's the name of that stupid-ass EA... whatever. I'll just put EA Sports. Sports Ball. Sports. So me and my friends used to call the original Xbox. We used to call it Sports and Ports. More like Saudi Arabia sportsman, right? That's a really good question, Frosty Banjo, but it's also like why you do a big state of play now, because again, if you have 93 million PS5s out there in the wild, that means there's a lot of people to buy your games. So show your games, show your hand, because at this point, the only way you're going to convince anyone to buy a new console is to make it really, really goddamn appealing. Like Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, they have to fight harder than they've ever fought to show the appeal and value of their product. Because gaming's a luxury, and it's becoming a really expensive luxury. So fuck AI tech bros and boomers to hell. There's not a circle of hell low enough for what they're doing to this planet, and and your own personal fun time in life. So Yeah, we're getting priced out of our own hobby. Have any sports games ever shown up? I believe so, yes. They're usually in like a montage. It's not like a headliner thing. Like there's usually a montage of like Madden and Sports Football Manager Club, whatever. Cory Barlog's Feyonetta. Yeah. Right? Switch to Brazil, not that bad compared to the. Well, it's at least you have till September to make it, and it's only a $50 increase. Yeah. Well, okay, Cory Barlog's game, that's gonna get into more prediction territory. Right now, we've only got 4 things up here. We need a couple more. Like this is announced, this is known. This would likely show up at a State of Play. It has to be announced, known, and likely to be here. Phantom Blade? Yes, good call. There you go. Now you're talking. Good call. Phantom Blade 0. Good. That is good call. And honestly, I hope it does show up because I am looking forward to it a lot. Oh, whatever, it's gonna stay there. Hey, yo. Welcome, Gamma Gantel. How about Tides of Annihilation? How about yes? We haven't seen that in like a year or something. How about yes? Good fucking call. The hell happened to this one? Vanished. Good call. Good. I like it. It's a good one. Should have released it in 28. No, I mean, if anything, I don't know. I don't know, KC Fusion. Like, if they released a PS5 Pro in 28, it might even be more than $900. Like, it was honestly way better that they released a PS5 Pro when they did for the price they did than waiting and having to charge what they do now. Marvel Wolverine? Nah, that's not gonna be there. Another Astrobot game? I think Wolverine will take up 15 to 20 minutes. A fourth to a third. Too soon for... Maybe not too soon for like a teaser, but... Here's the funny thing. I think... Saros, and to a smaller extent, I think Astrobot... I don't know how, like... over the moon Sony is with either of those games. Like, I don't remember I think what they say, Saros only cost like 65 million or something, Astrobot cost like 20. Like, they were cheaper end games, but they're not selling gangbusters, so... Crossover with the boys to the last juice out of the fandom. Yeah, Spawn, Savage Dragon, Shadow. I would be down with Spawn. I don't know if he will, but I'd be down. Tokon's interesting because I think we should put it on here, but we got Combo Breaker and Evo both happening before and after the state of play, and the game comes out in August, so they might be withholding Tokon for Evo stuff. But I think it's also like not really that. It wouldn't be that nutty. Hey, I mean it's the Sony state of play. Like, you gotta talk about your game there, you know. That was some Barney Gumble level. Next Dynasty Warriors remake, right? No, there is no Dynasty Warriors remake because they're saving it all for Xenoblade Warriors, right? What do I think we'll tease for Tokon? Probably the villains. I think there's some villains left they haven't. Carnage or Venom, sure, yeah. I'll be honest, ever since playing the beta, I've kind of lost any and all interest I had in Tokon, so... And then especially with the X-Men mostly being relegated to background characters, I'm like, man, I don't know how much I really care about Tokon, like, at all. Yes, this would actually be a good place for Konami stuff to show up. Which Konami game franchise do you think would show up here? We already know there's a Silent Hill Scotland coming up, but Metal Gear or Castlevania? Do you think we could see either of those franchises pop up? There is that one. What's that Dead Cells Castlevania game? That seems like a pretty safe bet. What is the new one called? Belmont's Curse, right? Right? Is that what it is? Yeah. The one with Sophia Belmont? Or they're not saying it's Sophia, but it looks like Sophia? I mean, it's probably Sophia. Belmont's Curse. That seems like a good one. They just showed off new footage. What event? Where? Like, Prinny dude. We also have to remember there's so much more eyes that get on State of Plays and Nintendo Directs than other events that it's super important, even if. CJDP, you and Andrew have this similar mindset that Intergalactic has to show up here, right? And I'm like, guys, Wolverine was first shown in 2021, September 21. Then it didn't actually resurface till September 25. 4 full fucking years from CG trailer intro reveal to, hey, we have an Australian playing Wolverine 4 years later with some cinematics, to 3 months before release we'll actually show the fucking game. Like, if Intergalactic follows the same path that Wolverine did, we're not going to see a follow-up to Intergalactic until 2028. And then it will release in late 29. Put Kojima running a toy horse. So all I'm saying is, Intergalactic's not coming out this year. We know that. We know for a fact Intergalactic is not happening this year. But Tokon and Wolverine are still happening this year, as well as whatever pathetic update they have to try to sell you on Marathon again. So they're not going to talk about Intergalactic this year. I don't think. Project Robot. That might be more Jeff's thing though, because it's an Epic Games publishing deal, I think. You know what I would have put on here, but there was some weird kerfuffle this morning about Embracer splitting off its companies into two separate entities, was that Marvel 1940 whatever game. Horizon MO game, yes! The game nobody asked for. Yes, and then there's like the Korean one. Right, yeah. Witcher? Witcher 4? Oh no, Witcher 4 is far away. Yeah, Marvel 1943 or whatever the fuck it was called. I don't know. That game might be in trouble, might be dead. Rise of Hydra. Yeah, Amy Hennig's game. Yeah, I don't know if that game's gonna make it, dude. Is this the show we see fair games? Witcher 4 is 2 years from being 2 years away, right? No, there was a Black Panther open world game that got canceled. Not the Captain America Black Panther game. That one's different. Resident Evil 9 VR update. I don't think anyone's playing VR anything anymore. Also, Stellar Blade 2 is going to be self-published. I don't know if you guys saw that. But, yeah, they're self-publishing part 2. What, the Blade game? That's an Xbox game. Yeah, it was Arcane Studios was making Blade. If it's even still happening. Is Jim Ryan the worst exec of any gaming company? No. No, I can think of one other. I can think of someone worse. I'm gonna say the name wrong. Cough, cough, Sweeney? No. No, it's a name none of you guys will ever heard of. His name is Carl Freer. He was, he was the chairman of Tiger Telematics, who made the Gizmondo. That's true. Bobby was in a Little Black Book. That's true. Do we know if Ghost Yotei is getting DLC? It did get DLC. Phil Harrison did kind of spectacularly fail upwards constantly. Yes, Fizz, you remember this. I don't know if he was technically a mobster or just had ties to it. Hey, but it had an exclusive game, Sticky Balls. Oh man, Fizz remembers some weird mid-2000s. Remembers the weirdness of mid-2000s gaming. The 2D brawler doesn't count. Why doesn't it count? Is it the unofficial? No, it's a shitty puzzle game. I don't know. I don't know. Might be way too early still for all those Sega revival games. I don't know. I feel like we would have heard about it by now if they were happening, but... When is the Sony showcase? Oh, June 2nd. Another Kenna trailer? Oh yeah! Kenna 2! Kenna 2, Electric Boogaloo. It's a Sony game, right? They're publishing it. And it's also going to PC. How does that work? Is it because it's like a collab game? I don't think they own Ember Labs. I think they're just publishing this one. Ah, we'll just put it up there. Galactic Race is not a bad call, but it's probably going to be Jeff's show. You'd kill for another Transformers game like High Moom used to make. High Moom? That's supposed to be High Mom or High Moom as in Moomin? High Moomin Troll? Don't worry, people in Europe and Japan will get me. I don't think Yotei's gonna have DLC. I don't think... We never got Tsushima DLC. I don't think we're gonna get Yotei DLC. I mean, we did. It was Yotei Legends. That already happened. Dude, Leo Griff, they literally just had God of War show up at the last day to play. What? Well, there was Iki Island. I forgot about Iki Island. And that happened with the director's cut. Maybe. I'm gonna go with yeah. Since it's not announced, maybe it'll just have to get yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds DLC. We tried to get people back into the Monster Hunter Wilds game. I'll be honest, it's gonna take a lot to get me back into fucking Monster Hunter Wilds. Norse Saga they ain't following up on the Norse Saga for like a decade, dude. If the rumors are true and Cory Barlog's game is about Kratos' Norse waifu before she met him, we ain't fucking seeing Beyond Ragnarok for like a decade. KI with PS5. Nah, you know what? I don't think that's gonna happen. The Game Freak game, that's got an Xbox collab or marketing collab. Beast of Reincarnation. Yeah, we're definitely into sort of like 50-50 territory here. What about an obscure JRPG returning? What does Square... I'm sorry. What does Square Enix even have left to sort of HD 2D revive? You know, to Star Ocean 2, Saga Frontier 2, like Final Fantasy Tic Tacs. Like, what do they have left? What is left from the PS1 era for them to remaster like that? Why are you all talking about Kingdom Hearts 4? That's not a PS1 game. That's a Dragoon, also not a Square game. That's a Sony game. Ooh, Brave Fencer Musashi. Parasite Eve is not a game they own. It is a not collab game. It is a licensed IP from a book, so Parasite Eve would be dope. I would love it, but like, it's not a game they can just make at their own will. I loved Kingdom Hearts 4 on PS1. I'd buy a Brave Fencer Musashi remaster. I don't think they're ever gonna. I mean, then again, they did Saga Frontier 1 and 2, which is almost mind blowing. But like, I'm like, they're like, I don't think Brave Fencer Musashi sold that well. And if it did, it was because of a fucking Final Fantasy VIII demo. Toomba already came back. You missed it. Chrono Trigger. Chocobo Dungeon. There you go. Bro, chat, have you heard? There's a Chocobo Dungeon game on Wii. On Wii, and it has a ton of classic Final Fantasy remixes. Like, it's insane. It's one of those, like, people don't even know. UOEN know. Let's see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find this shit. There's a medley of it. Damn, dude. Yeah, it sure did. Chrono Trigger remakes behind the case from bankruptcy break glass. Chrono Trigger never sold that well. Fighting Force. Yeah, I don't think Square owns it anymore since they sold Eidos, but that's a choice. The Bouncer, true. I mean, that game was made by Dream Factory, who had a huge falling out with Square, but... PSN Classic Square. Yeah, they just raised the price of it. They're gonna have to try to, like, convince you it's worth it, right? Who knows what these tracks are? Well, MGS2, you Master, you could play Xenoblade. Damn! Maki makes Treasure of Rudras. Wow, that's a deep cut. I mean, Live Alive happened, so who knows? I don't know. 4. Damn, you guys are good. $17 will be a new MMO. I may wait till 18 for that. I don't know. Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh team always good. Pump the 9 remake of Bioshock. Alright, we need to start talking about some other 50-50s here. Burp, 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 burp. You know what? It'd be pretty fucking crazy, chat. I think we gotta put it in here just because. Oh shit, it's the best song in the game. This is a goddamn good. Final Fantasy IX had such a fucking good soundtrack. Silent Hill Townfall, probably a really good call, honestly. I forgot what it was called. I was like, Silent Hill, Scotland. Whichever one that is. Who knows what song this is? Infamous, now with more Troy Baker. Damn. I heard the rumor was that an Infamous remake got canceled. Hold on, I need to figure out what is what the f was the do 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 do. Hold on, I need to figure out what the name of some of these songs were. Dungeon Hero theme. Eight could have been a much better Final Fantasy if Laguna was the only character. Castlevania? Nah, I'm not gonna put that on here. Alright, what's some more 50-50 games? Yeah, but who'd be making it, MGS2? Like, Sucker Punch isn't doing it. Maybe they'll bring back Jade Cocoon. Maybe someone will donate $1 million to me. Yeah, that's what I thought. They just announced a new Dead or Alive game, actually. It's way too early to see it. You'll see more shit on DOA 6 last round, but... Xbox has got marketing exclusivity on that one, Leon. Yeah, we should definitely put out Nanta. Ready. Sure, based on an earlier state of play. And it was shown at the Xbox Direct in January. The Xbox Developer Direct. You know, I remember it down here. Sly Cooper, that is dead. Do 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 do. You know, a game has had good music, but I've never played it. But like, damn, the music's pretty good. How come nobody wants to sub goal for Wild Arms? Is it time for Gran Turismo 8? Dude, no, they're gonna be on Gran Turismo 7 for a while. Hey, Kamiwala, he gifted a sub to Tsukiyama. Thank you. Would eat a lot of men butts if it means I can get a new Wild Arms game. You'd eat a lot of men's butts anyways, cool dog. Does that contribute to the Wild Arms thing? You know, if we do it, I'm gonna count you as I'm gonna +1 if we ever do that, Wally. So yes, we're gonna say yes. Wasn't Wild Arms just... I don't think so, because it's a Sony property. Bud Herbert. Alright, let's talk about some other more likely candidates. Come on, guys. I really, really don't think you guys should be anticipating Intergalactic being here. Hogwarts Transphobes Legacy 2. This would be a place. Oh, Wild Guns, that's a good game. Tomb Raider. You know, I do think Tomb Raider is a very good guess. I think it could easily be here, but it's also something you could definitely see at Jeff's thing. And I feel like if something seems very obvious of a Jeff game, it almost feels like, Yeah, there's a Tomb Raider 1 remake and a brand new Tomb Raider. Cowboys and Moo Mace. God damn, nobody remembers that shit. Who has rights for showing up Persona or Nier? I don't think there's any exclusivity that we know of. Although Microsoft tends to show off Atlas stuff at their stuff lately. I think it's very likely that Persona 4 remake stuff will show up at the Xbox Direct. Muramas. Okay, that's not... We're getting into the Wish territory. We need games that are announced, known. These games need to be kind of like known or like extremely possible. Oh yeah, there's a John Wick game, right? Yeah, you go. Now we're talking. There we go. Wanjik. There you go, chat. There you go. There you go. Wanjik. Now we're talking. What's up, Jetstream? Dune Awakening supposed to release on console this year? Yeah, that definitely is something that could happen. It may have AI. Oh, we'll definitely I hate to break it to you, chat, but like pretty much almost like a lot of games we've been playing probably have AI in them. almost anything. And the thing is that's really fucked up and sad is like Japan, China, Korea, they don't really seem to, they don't get it. They're like, we used AI, what's the problem? I don't see what's so bad about that. It's stolen art, whatever, fuck it. We make dojins. Like, they don't understand why the West does not like AI. The latest example, the Gooch. The Gooch is like was caught completely off guard as to why do people like AI? It was so bad even the Saga series producer was called him out on it, where I was like, hell yeah. Get him, Kawazu. Ooh, Lies of PP2, I would love that. Probably an Xbox thing though. I think because Jeff seems to be pretty closely tied to Mega Man, it'd probably be a Jeff's thing, and it's probably not going to be. Yeah, maybe. Maybe we'll save it for Jeff's show. Oh, which for way too early, and it would be Jeff's thing anyways. What about Street Fighter? Not bad. Not a bad call. We got no Sega on here. Sega tends to be with Xbox when they announce stuff. It was the past few years. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like Judas just screams way more. Wait, is Judas, who's publishing that fucking thing? Sucking some Kobe and want Night Dog and cancel Factions too. Would you actually buy? Would you spend real world dollars on a Last of Us Factions video game? I want to know the truth on that. Search deep within your soul, especially if they charge like, you know, full price. Have you want a pack suit? Clearly not enough for Sony to keep it going. Steve would pay for all the copies. Judas really is self-published, which means if it's Ken Levine is publishing his own game, it means it's probably never coming out at this point. Zyber, what's that big fucking expensive Uncharted Chinese game? The one that's not open world or anime, but like hyper realistic. It's like God of War Uncharted looking, like close up shoulder one. Blood Message. Yeah. I think it even showed up at a Sony thing at some point. Yeah. Let's get that shit in here. That actually had like a really high quality trailer for that one. I know you guys probably don't remember it at all, but Wasn't Naughty Dog themselves? Well, sure, but Jim Ryan wanted it. You know that Bungie's Gummy Bear game hasn't been revealed yet. I don't... Is Bungie gonna survive this year? That giant chicken game? No! No, you guys forgot what this game is. I'm gonna have to show you a trailer or something. I don't remember it in the slightest. Holy fuck. Here, let me do this game's job for it. Okay. Okay, hold on. IGN one? Fuck it, it's fine. Alright, let me do this game's job for it.
大唐还在的时候，丝路上的灯火从西域一直亮到长安，能点亮天上的星河。
大唐离我们太远了，神佛还会庇佑河西吗？
我是认真决定的，我还是想再试一次。今日我们所流的血，是为了把大唐带回来。我们必须在破城之前把宁带出来。你是一个。安宁，等着我。安宁，安宁，
阿爷，我将追随沙洲一举。
去长安，你这是让他们去送死！
输赢成败，皆如沙上之塔，风来即散，为众生之苦，长漫于天地之间。
回家吧，这一切毫无意义。天命所归，我才是大唐。到头来，除了死更多人，什么都不会改变。
没有我的帮助，你走不出这片沙漠。
It also looks like something a PS4 couldn't do, which is kind of nice.
“如果神不肯拯救我们的部族，那就让我来。”
Suddenly from desert to snow and back. I mean, do you know where? Do you know about this part of the world? Well, the beginning of the trailer, they talk about the Silk Road, and the Silk Road basically connected Europe to China. And basically, you go through, like, the Gobi Desert, or the southern parts of it, right up to the fucking Himalayas. Yeah, so big fancy money project game, big dollar do project. All right. We did 2 handheld. Boy, I don't think this is a good time for someone to be talking about hardware. Peru has deserts. Yes, because the Andes run right close to the coastline, and it actually runs all the way down Chile. So yeah, you've got a crazy desert right on the other side of that. You know, we'll see a new controller color. Book it. That almost feels like I've got too many spaces that are likely at this point. The controller thing is almost like too likely. I think Project Robot's going to be a Jeff thing because I think Epic Games Publishing is doing Project Robot. Not knowing the fact, what, you know about the Andes Mountains? Dude, I think the desert in South America is actually like one of the driest in the entire world. Like, it's like the least amount of rainfall almost anywhere. I mean, it's drier than Ben Shapiro's wife, like dry. Yoko Taro game? I've given up on that. He's never making a game again as far as I'm concerned. Ooh, Bloodstained, yeah. Scarlet Engagement. Wasn't that at the last State of Play? Fuck. Alright, it's time for Dream Games. Alright. Alright, dream game time. Cory Barlog's next game. You know what else I'm gonna say is gonna be here? Oh my god. It's really the best I can. No, wait, here we go. Remake. I absolutely believe Naughty Dog's second game they're working on right now is an Uncharted 1 remake. The research their, I don't know, one of their leads did on Instagram recently took a picture of a cannon in a fort and said research, and then all the Google geography people immediately sussed them out as being in Trinidad. And I'm like, yep, we're remaking Uncharted 1. They are doing it for job security, so Naughty Dog does not have to suffer layoffs or mass layoffs because they're in Santa Monica, one of the most expensive places to live in the country. Absolutely, definitely remaking Uncharted 1 because Uncharted 1 is almost 20 fucking years old, chat, and will be by the time it gets out. Oh, I don't think they have nothing for Physint. Trilogy remark? No, I don't know. I don't know that they're remaking the whole trilogy of Uncharted. I think it's just on at least part 1. But I think Uncharted 1 is definitely getting a remake. I mean, guys, it's been 20 years. I hate to break this to you all, chat, but it's been like 20 years. All right, what are some other folklore? Fuck, nobody, Cyber, absolutely nobody would be interested in folklore remake. What are some other dream games? We need some dream games. Is Kingdom Hearts 4 still Dreamland? Yeah, it's gonna show up eventually. We need to dream bigger, chat, not games that already have trailers. Metal Gear Solid 6, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. There you go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. There you go. Now we're talking. Yeah. There's nowhere the story can go. That's the problem. Okay. Chrono Trigger remake or Xenogears remake? What do you want more? I'm only gonna do one. I like the way you think, Batman Beyond or Arkham Beyond. Xenogears is more likely, in my opinion. Yeah, you really think so? You guys are really split on this fucking trigger or gears. I'm gonna need more consensus here. Gears or trigger? Which one do you want? What Team Asano HD 2D remake remaster do you want more? Gears or trigger? Just say it. Gears or trigger? Chrono Trigger is available on Steam. That's pretty much it right now. Apparently, Jason Schreier shot down the rumor that Arkham Beyond's a thing. I was like, nope. It's true, Cool Dog. It's true. Gives but Soul Calibur. I don't know if I'd say that extreme over. It went over budget for sure, but like it's not like they spent like triple the amount they needed. I think Trigger's a much more likely game than Gears. Oh, fuck. Just put Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger. We'll go Chrono Trigger. Also, I'll say this. And hear me out. Even if Square does do their own, no involvement remaster of Xenogears, you can bet your ass that Square would probably much rather put that at a Nintendo Direct. Like, it would just be good business for Square. I think if they ever do, and they won't, but if they ever did remaster Gears, they probably would do it at a Nintendo Direct. We're in the not happening part of the bingo anyway. It's true. Somehow I ended up putting 7-3 and Chrono Trigger on the same column. Ha ha! Alright. It's time for the dream. It's time for the real dream ones. Alright, here we go. Yeah. Since we're in Dreamland, in a dream I can see you, we're not far away. Speaking of never happening, Persona 5 remake. Persona 5 remake is going to come out after they're done with the Persona 4 remake. Oh, I know what I was going to do. And I know what I was going to put on here. Chat, I want you to imagine this game made by Sandfall. I want you to imagine a Legend of Dragoon remake by Sandfall. Just think about it. I mean, they basically took the idea of timed hits and everything with their game. You could see Sony going after them and going like, man, can you? How would you guys feel about a Legend of Dragoon remake? Like, Sony knows they don't have anyone to make a JRPG anymore, but think about it. What if they asked Sandfall to make a Legend of Dragoon remake exclusively for them? You don't think Sandfall knows what Legend of Dragoon is? Because what I'm thinking here is that Sony goes like, you know what, we have all these games and stuff, and we, like, they look at, okay, Expedition 33, man, we should get something like that. Do we have anything like that? And then someone's like, there was that Legend of Dragoon game, ugh. But you know what? They were all inspired by it. Maybe they'd be doing a remake for it. Who made Lost Odyssey? The Gooch. The Gooch, and I forget what studio was outsourced to, but he'd remake the whole fucking thing in AI now, so fuck him. Why does Sony not have a JRPG dev? Because they don't make enough money. All right, what's some other dream? Kingdom Hearts 4 is not... I don't know why you guys think that thing is such a fucking dream game. It's not. It's announced, it has trailers, it has had updates. Like, yeah, it's a Nomura project, so it's gonna get fucking delayed over and over again, but it ain't a dream game to show up here. This ain't no fucking Shenmue 3 Final Fantasy 7 remake thing. A price cut, yeah, right. Well, we literally know Ratchet & Clank, a new Ratchet & Clank game, was in the fucking production pipeline in Insomniac, so that's, like, not even fair. Yeah, except for Platinum. Do I dare put 2 Metal Gear games up here? Yeah, Jak and Daxter. You know what? Yeah, Soul Calibur is good. Go with this one. Soul Calibur. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? That's not happening. Actually, you know what? That's right next to another Namco game. Let's put it over here. Yeah. Soul Calibur. That's not happening. Now, do I put the Nico B special here? Or do we go with something else? Something else. You guys don't want a Mega Man Legends collection? Man. Man, I thought you guys liked Mega Man Legends. What a bunch of liars. Alright, Dick Buster. Drive safe. The Clover Collection, you. We need something that's like been gone. That would be like coming back after being gone for a while. Little Big Planet. Yeah, you're thinking. I think that's thinking in the right direction, I guess. Yeah. Maximo 3. Yeah, anything media molecule. The Bouncer. Ooh, Breath of Fire. How about Breath of Fire 7? Probably too early. A new beautiful joke. I don't know who'll be doing it though, because Kami is super busy with Okami too, so it's not like they're gonna make a Beautiful Joe without Clovers or Kamiya right now. It just seems like that ain't gonna happen. Like, and even if you did want it to show up, you don't probably want it to show up with people who had nothing to do with the originals. New Vanillaware. Dude, I don't think that's that crazy. Wipeout returning. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. "14 Sentinels." Ha! Kami to finish up. I mean, Kamiya? Kami actually has a game that he's doing with Shift Up. You know, we could do Twisted Metal. I don't think it's that crazy. Yes. The return of Gabe Logan. Ooh. Siphon Filter. With Gabe's big head. Oh my god, Siphon Filter Dark Mirror. Jesus. Oh my god, Siphon Filter. That'd be a hoot. Okami is the wolf game, yes. Deadhead Fred even deader. Yeah, Siphon Filter. Andrew would get such a chub from this. Ooh, Mark of Cree. I'd get a chub from that. Run around as a Polynesian, like massacring, murdering the shit out of people. Oh, yes. Mark of Cree, Rise of the Kasai. Hell yes. Hit breaking run. Yeah, maybe that's what Sony Ben's been secretly up to. Rebooting Siphon Filter. Hell yes. I think that's a good bingo so far. Alright, now to reiterate, we have Bloodborne Anything. Bloodborne Anything, EA Sports, Kena 2, Tokon Reveal, Legend of Dragoon Remake, especially made by Sandfall, Phantom Blade Zero, Blood Message, Final Fantasy VII-3, Metal Gear Solid 6, Horizon, Hunter's Gathering, John Wick by Saber, I think it's Saber, whoever's making it, Bloodstained 2, Wolverine Free Space, Silent Hill Scotland, Townfall, Uncharted 1 Remake, Castlevania, Belmont's Curse, Ananta, Grand Theft Anime, Monster Hunter Wilds DLC expansion, Cory Barlog's new game, Ace Combat 8, Soul Calibur 7, Ties of Annihilation, Chrono Trigger Remaster Remake, Onimusha Way of the Sword, and a brand new Siphon Filter. Days Gone is in the Siphon Filter universe, technically? I don't believe you. Strange Monster is up there twice, in a sense. I think... Okay, if I were to guess a row... This is a really... This row 4... Pretty decent chance of row 4 being a thing. This isn't... Row N isn't even impossible, but I don't think they're all going to happen, like, at once, you know? I mean, row 3 is also not really that crazy, other than, like, Uncharted 1 Remake has to be announced. 3 is not even that crazy, neither is 4. 3 and 4 are almost... Giving me scary. Actually, row I is like the most likely row to hit. Probably. God, if I get a bingo off of row I, I'm gonna be upset because that's so boring. Row 7 or row I is so boring, I almost like want to take something off and put something really crazy on there. Wonder. Do it? Do it? Do it. Is I too likely? We need to put something crazy on there. Soul Calibur to Siphon Filter is the wildest row. Yeah, that's a pretty wild row. Bro, row O is pretty wild. On its own would be pretty wild. How about I put this here instead? Yeah. No, I'm just being a troll, like a new Twisted Metal game. Who the hell even plays Sweet Tooth in that show? Yeah, row 4's not too crazy. Neither is 3, honestly. But I'm gonna doubt they're gonna show Cory Barlog's new game right after announcing 3 games, technically, from Sony Santa Monica. Will Arnett voices? What? Samoa Joe? No shit. Samoa Joe's the body actor. No shit. And then Will Arnett voices him? What the fuck? I'm surprised. I did not know that. Anyways, yeah, this is a pretty crazy looking chart. And I'm going to tell you what I think will actually be there. Tokon, Phantom Blade, maybe Horizon Hunter Gatherers, Wolverine definitely. I think Townfall will be there. Ace Combat will be there. I don't really know about the rest of these. And then Onimusha. That's what I think is going to happen. Would be fun to have Bloodstained and Castlevania. Right. I mean, it's probably going to be one or the other, not both. And I would think probably more likely Belmont's Curse. I don't know if this one's... I don't think Bloodstained's actually showing up for a bit. So I think it just got announced not that long ago. I think other than John Wick, both the Turok and the Jurassic Park game are also possibilities. So I think that's the other thing the developer's doing. But yeah, it's a pretty decent one. That's true. Last Ronin still hasn't shown up, but I don't know. That company just got hit with layoffs and shit. So I'm like, I don't even know if they're gonna. I don't even know if the game's gonna make it. Yeah, I don't think Gravity Rush 2 is happening. Go back to this. So y'all know what this is. Praying for Gravity Rush 3. That developer no longer exists. Good old Battletoads music. So, Chad, assuming all of this is really real, and this is Bloodborne anything too, even if you wanted, what game would you be most excited about on this bingo card? What game represented on here would actually make you cream the hardest? Seven 3 or Legend of Dragoon. Soul Calibur seems unlikely to happen. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on here. Soul Calibur 7, fucking Bloodborne 2, 7-3, Chrono Trigger Remaster, Remake, Dragoon Remake. Some good stuff on here. Siphon Filter, yeah. Wolverine looks fun, but it's never coming to PC, so... Well, I mean, I guess it's just time to get a PS5 then, isn't it? Nah, I'm good. But come on, I'll think of all the exclusives you could play on. You can only play on PS5. Think about it. Think of all those PS5 only exclusive games. Like Yote and Demon Souls. Is there a world where Trigger Remake actually happens? Yeah. It's not impossible, it's just not likely. Demon Souls and Yote and Wolverine will be a third one. Astrobot. Any big games? What? So I did not realize Sony was hyping up a big game that is not announced. And Saros, yeah. Sacrifice you're willing to make. Well, what game could you not sacrifice? Listen, everyone's got that game that they can't live without. Like, whatever that game is, it might be. What is the game that would make you buy a console for it? That Hunter Gatherer is going to be exclusive? Not likely. It's multiplayer. Astrobot? What are you talking about? Bro, there is an exclusive Astrobot on PS5. What's holding you back? Well, I mean, if it already does exist, then you clearly it's not Astrobots and ours if you haven't bought a PS5 yet. If you say Astrobot's the game that you would buy a console for, and you haven't bought the console for it, it's clearly not a game you'd buy a console for. Xenoblade Warriors. No. Fake fan. Hell yeah, Jak and Daxter, like similar to the first, yeah. Are you one of those PC only peoples? Where are my turn-based RPGs? In the trash where they belong. Is there a chance for GTA 6? No. If the Sony marketing deal is real true, still no. No, I mean, there's tons of turn-based RPGs. You got Persona 4 remake coming out soon. I don't know if Al actually likes turn-based RPGs or if he just likes trolling. I'm not convinced yet. Although he says he did beat Saga Frontier 2, so... Did you play Saga Frontier 2? Or not Saga Frontier, Saga... Romancing Saga. Romancing Saga 2 remake. Killer apps don't exist anymore? I beg to differ. PC and Switch, no paid online, free mods, and a free market. I'm good. It's true. I don't think Romancing Saga had a Kickstarter. Duskbloods, Bloodborne, somebody like me, and Naughty Dog's next game. You know, here's the thing. I'm assuming you're in my chat. You're definitely like you're definitely like a chill person. Like you don't dislike a game because, oh my god, a woman is playable, or even worse, you know, you don't dislike a game, oh my god, it's a woman and she's not white, I hate it even more. I am assuming nobody's like that in my chat. I'm assuming you're all level-headed, rational individuals. I'm giving you that grace. So that being said, I actually really hope Intergalactic is good. I really do. I like the style of it, analog sci-fi. I really like it. I know there's like a stigma around Naughty Dog right now, but I personally hope the game is very good. Team-man woman haters. That's why I draw. You know, because I know a lot of people are just going to hate on Intergalactic because you're playing as a bald black woman, and I know that's going to be a deal breaker for racists. I mean, if that's your only reason for hating it, but like, no, seriously, like, I'm not a fan of Last of Us 2, or even 1 for that matter. You know, and I know it's the same director, so yeah, maybe that's a little discouraging for me, but like, I hope Intergalactic is really good. I really do. I want it to be a big win. More Souls style. Yeah, I mean, let's see if they can pull it off. The setting already looks way more... Right? Because, I mean, Last of Us, even from the start, was another fucking zombie game. Okay, I mean, yeah, he's... yeah, but still, I hope it's a good game. You know, I do. You know, I don't even know if it is an intergalactic bounty hunting game, because I think the whole game is going to take place on one planet. You're basically hunting one bounty down. The planet is like haunted or something. It like traps you there or something. So my understanding is it may not actually be a planet hopping game. You might just be like one story driven game of hunting one person down. So more narratively focused. That's my kind of understanding of it. It'd be very horrible if it was a roguelike. Yeah, I don't think it is. From what I understand, it's just a Soulsy game. More melee combat focused. Again, I don't have expectations. I don't have high expectations on its story. I think the mocap will be exceptional. I think the voice acting will be exceptional. The actual story, Like, Naughty Dog has not made a story any better than, say, oh god, I was gonna call it Romancing Saga, but Romance in the Stone. If anyone's even seen that movie, like Romance in the Stone, something like that. Like, like they've made some fun comedy adventure stuff. Like Uncharted is probably, you know, is pretty good, is pretty decent, but like their stories are good when they're trying to be popcorn flicks. They make some starring Michael Douglas. Yes. I mean, it's starring Mike Douglas. It was a weird film, and it's very much an Uncharted film if you've seen that one. And Jewel of the Nile, I think, is the sequel. Naughty Dog has not missed on gameplay yet. I actually kind of disagree. I think Naughty Dog's gameplay is always been serviceable at best. Like, they make decent enough gameplay, but like they're never make. Last of Us was like bog standard third-person stealth shooter mechanics. Nothing special, nothing grand, just serviceable. And frankly, Uncharted has always been good. Nothing outstanding, but good. They've never made... Their gameplay hasn't been like, this is like genre-defining... No, they make serviceable... They make serviceable third-person game. Like, they... You know, they were a little closer to, like, cutting edge with 3D platforming, and then when they went to third-person shooting, it's pretty much just been serviceable. Thought on the PS Plus price increase? Sucks, but it's $1 or $3. It's $1 a month more. It sucks, but I guess it's better than Xbox. Here's the thing, Aussie, and I'm trying not to get too caught up in the weeds here, but like, I don't know why people, other than the obvious, those kind of people, hate Last of Us 2 story so much, when I'm like, it's not that much different, narratively speaking, from Last of Us 1. Like, if Last of Us 1 is great storytelling, why is Last of Us 2 bad? Like, I don't think one's necessarily worse than the other. I just think they're kind of... I feel like they're predictable, but like they play themselves off as like deep and philosophical when they're just frankly kind of predictable. Finding out. I don't know. That's a weird sort of like getting way too fucking attached to your fictional video game characters. Yeah, I mean, I'll go that one. I agree with that one, some dude. I think the pacing of Last of Us 2 is much worse than the first game. I think the pacing and the placement of the story is like, what? But like, it's all the same kind of shit. Like, I mean, if anything, you know, it's like the one takeaway I think a lot of people don't get in Last of Us is like everyone's kind of bad. Like Tommy was probably like the least bad person in that entire universe. But everyone's just kind of bad, and it's like, oh, they kill my man, they kill my, you know, I'm like, they all kind of fucking deserve it. Like, realistically speaking, every fucking one of them deserves to get got in the Last of Us games. I mean, ultimately, I mean, fuck, I feel like that's like the thesis, that's the title. Like, that's what it all is. It's just kind of like survival of either the fittest or the most cunning or whatever. Everyone had to become a fucking, you know, asshole to survive, and everyone deserves to die because no one's doing anything heroically in that universe. And it's just kind of like, yeah, they're all fucking terrible people. They all deserve to die. And they eventually usually do. The end. Rising Dawn or something. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the whole playing is from the other side. It just kind of reeked of like, it just kind of reeked of like the, I don't know what you would say, like some Rian Johnson level of like, you know, I'm defying your expectations, and my expectations are like, well, whatever. Like, most, like, anyone who shows a shred of like decency, you know, or isn't some murderous asshole, usually gets killed, like, you know, unceremoniously, or just like ripped to shreds by a zombie somewhere. So it's kind of like, yeah, exactly, some dude. I think that goes against what they wanted to do, which is they wanted you to challenge yourself. You know, I'm like, I don't really, to me, I'm like, I don't really care either. Like Joel getting got is like, okay, whatever. Joel was a bad person. Like, if you didn't pay attention at all to the first game, I guess maybe you think Joel's a good person. He's not a good person. He hasn't been doing good things. He's been a bad person for like years, according to that game's lore and story. Joel kind of fucking deserved it. It's like, you put up the scenario of that world and someone's gonna get him at some point. He's gonna get old, he's gonna get got, you know, it's just, that's the fucking universe they created. I don't know. I honestly, to be honest, I think number one, when they said they were doing, want to be the next Hideo Kojima. I mean, he is the next Hideo Kojima. Both their scripts are terrible. I have probably insulted some dude with that one. But no, Kojima is always trying to mix up the gameplay, and he's always just fucking wild and over the top. Like, it's the people that think Kojima's grounded in any way, shape, or form. It's like, no, he's not grounded, man. That guy writes fucking anime. Yeah, Kojima's a fun mess most of the time. But no, like even when they announced it that they were doing a Last of Us 2, and it was like, oh, we're gonna continue the story with Joel and whatever her name, Ellie, and it's like, why? Like, first of all, I thought it was exceptionally dumb to continue this when they say they're making Last of Us 2. I'm like, why? They're just gonna do the most obvious thing is like one of the two is gonna die, the other one's gonna get mad, and it's gonna be a fucking revenge. Like, oh wow, surprise! Like. You presented a shitty universe where it's like, what can you do in a sequel? You're gonna kill someone, you're gonna make the other character like pissed off and like go on a fucking revenge spiral. Wow. Well, Ninboots, what you don't know is you don't know how seriously Kojima actually does take himself. And there are people who have worked with him who have tried to imply as much. You think Kojima's a fun guy who makes funny haha YouTube movie reviews or Twitter movie reviews, but you'd be surprised at how seriously Kojima takes himself. Ask the guy who localized the first Metal Gear Solid. But anyways, getting back to my point, Jeremy Blaustein. Yeah, ask him how seriously Kojima takes his shit. Probably, maybe even more seriously. But yeah, even when they announced the part 2, I'm like, well, this is gonna go like if it's not a brand new cast of characters in a different part of the world, like this is going. There's nowhere they can go that's not gonna ruffle feathers with the part 2. And then when I was completely and utterly unsold on the game ever having any semblance of existing for any decent reason, there was that one trailer, and I don't even know if the part's in the game. Maybe one of you guys can say who played it. I didn't play it. I didn't buy it. I was done after part 1. There was a trailer, a long form trailer of someone getting caught in the woods, and they string a person up by ropes to like a tree or something, and they just take a hammer and just start beating a person's arms and legs with a hammer bluntly, and then some people get arrowed in the face, and I'm like, what? And it drags out for so fucking long, and that's your trailer. Oh, Last of Us 2. I'm like, yeah, yes, we get it. Post-apocalyptic. Everyone's like not only fighting to survive, but people are going crazy, Mad Max shit, whatever, right? And I'm like, why is this scene so fucking dragged out and so fucking focused on? You know, it's like when you kill someone who's like suffering in like Ghost of Tsushima, you see him like walk by a dude crawling away, and he just kills the dude. And it's like, yes, this guy's a Mongol invader, and he's like killing his people, like taking his land or whatever. Fucking downs him, and then just goes through. We don't have like this long focused thing of him like slowly like sticking his sword into a dude and like torturing him and gutting him. And it's like, okay, we get it. But I remember that trailer came out, I'm like, what the fuck is this? A snuff film? Like, really? Like, we're gonna get excited because there's a fucking snuff film being made? Ah, fuck it, I'm out. Too many creams. I don't know. Either way, that was the point where I was like, all right, I'm fucking. I wasn't really on board with this. Now I'm totally out. And I'm not squeamish or anything, but it was just kind of like, what is the point of this? It was like when Game of Thrones, you know, lost the plot and lost books to cover, and then they're like, what do we do? I don't know, torture a guy for a season. Fuck it, like, you know, cut off his wing or something, or whatever they were doing. And I'm like, they have no idea what they're doing, do they? Despair. Not even despair, just sort of like, but what is the point of this? Zombies are not the scariest out here, it's people. And it's like, bro, that point could be made so much easier. With so much less, like, gratuitous, like, alright, let's show people, like, you know, beating someone to death with a hammer, like, bluntly, or beating their limbs off bluntly. It's like... Like, you can make that point without even showing anything necessarily, where it's like, you know, at least out with the zombies, you know where they stand. Here, you don't know, kind of thing. I mean, there's even like gratuitous films that have done the concept better, like Day of the Dead. You know, like there's like the one villain is like this fucking lunatic in that movie, and he gets his comeuppance, but you know, it's not like, you know, somehow I feel like it's less gratuitous seeing the guy get pulled apart by zombies and just screaming, "Choke on it, choke on it!" Like somehow that's less gratuitous than what they were trying to do with Last of Us 2. Hasn't more time passed since the release of the last Game of Thrones book than the entire time he took to write all the books that have come before it? Like, the however many three or four books that have been written for Game of Thrones, like the amount of time it took him to write those books was shorter than the times between him finishing the last book and now. Stephen King took 40 years to finish the Dark Tower series. Yeah, but that's a series that's sort of connecting all his books, isn't it? Game of Thrones fans, I don't envy you at all. Ha! How many books? Isn't there supposed to be more books beyond Winds of Winter as well? In the loosest of ways. I think people are still holding out hope for Game of Thrones books because like they don't want to feel like all their time was completely and utterly devastatingly wasted with the horrible ending of the show. So there's 2 books he's supposed to write before he dies, which he I don't know. Love the books, never bother with the series. I mean, I'm not going to say they're poorly written. They're not poorly written, but there's definitely a bit of like horny old man with a love for edginess vibe about the whole thing. Like I hate to say it, but that epic rap battle between George Martin and J.R.R. Tolkien felt accurate. Have I heard of Darkhawk? No. I'm actually not much of a Marvel head. It's like Martin's not a bad writer by any means, but it's kind of like he's a little too obsessed with like reminding you how twisted humans are and how horny he is, and it's like, okay. So glad I immersed myself in this shit. Well, bro, Swordfish, but at some point during the X-Men run, they started coming up with like a fucking bajillion characters. Like all that like Rob Liefeld stuff he started coming up with, and X-Force and stuff. It was like... So anyways, this is our bingo. And... man, be weird if I actually got a bingo on this one, of all things. I'm not feeling super fucking thrilled about this one. I do hope there's a genuine surprise. I think, honestly, I'm going into this one being like, please, fucking something really, like, unexpected surprise me. Like, give me an Expedition 33 moment.